Good morning, Captain Matt Edwards here, retired, with another short video. I wish I could stop making these, but unfortunately I keep having thoughts cross my mind that I feel people should be made aware of. One of those thoughts I had this morning on my walk in Bowring Park was that the government thinks that they own our pensions. I think they're getting mixed up with the fact that the ownership of a trust fund vests in the trustee. While Canada acts as the trustee for us when they withhold our wages, like the Canadian Forces Superannuation Act, is a forced savings plan where they passed a law that said basically they didn't trust us to save enough money for retirement, so they decided to impose a law where they withheld some wages from our earnings and they kept it back until we retired. Now, so that makes them our trustee. I've seen the Auditor General say that because the government owes a duty to the taxpayer, it cannot be held to be a fiduciary in our case. Well, let me tell the Auditor General, you're full of shit. Anybody who holds money for somebody else in trust is a fiduciary. You don't get away with that by someone saying you owe a duty to the taxpayer. First of all, there is no duty to the taxpayer. The government has three branches. The branches are the legislators, the one who pass law, the executive, who enforce the law and employ people, and the third one is the judiciary. If we have a problem, we bring a dispute before the courts. Well, Canada, the legislators pass that law, and the government, in the sense of the employer, they withhold the money. They keep the money back on our behalf. Even if the money vests in the trustee for ownership, to complete the sentence, it vests in the trustee ownership for the beneficial interest of the pensioners. That's because a pension, because of in pension law, say the Schmidt versus Air Products Limited in 1994 Supreme Court case, they said that a pension is for the sole benefit of a pensioner. So the government is supposed to hold the money. They do own it in a sense, but for us, now not the taxpayer. As it happens, we are taxpayers, so we pay once in the form of taxes that serves our salary, and then we pay again when the salary is withheld at source. So they owe us two duties. There's no duty owed to the taxpayer. The duty owed to the taxpayer is by the lawmakers, not the executive. So this kind of stuff is leading to a lot of confusion. A couple of years ago, the government stole the surplus, and the union should have brought up things like I'm bringing up, but they didn't.